Hiya, I hope you're keeping well. I'm going to show you this makeup look from scratch today, and essentially this look is all of my old tried and tested faithfuls for when I don't want to have to think about it and I just want my makeup to look nice for the day. I'm also going into some tips on how to colour match if you've got redness. I've got quite an unconventional approach to that you might hate or you might love. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm going to go into it. And as always, everything I've mentioned is listed in the caption of the video. So if you do want to see what I'm using, click to make the video full screen. The title will come up along the top. Click the arrow and it'll all drop down. I hope you enjoy. Okay, when I do my complexion today, I just want to have a bit of a chat about colour matching when you've got red skin. Now, you can see a bit of tan on my neck. I mean, I'm very pale, so that is my neck being tanned. I always tan kind of my upper body. I would do my legs as well, but we're not going anywhere, are we? Well, not for now anyway. And someone asked me recently, it was Sandra, she said, with the It Cosmetics CC cream, that's what I always usually use. She said, you've got redness in your skin, but it doesn't look yellow on you. And why is that? Now, my tan has kind of rubbed off today, but usually I put fake tan on my face, and then that means that you'd be looking at me thinking, well, you must have quite a cool complexion because you've got redness, but then the CC cream seems to blend. I mean, I say it seems to blend. I always get people being like, that's not your shade. Oh my gosh, that's the wrong colour for you. But the thing is, I like to go more golden because I think it gives me a better colour match for redness. Now, Catherine, you'd sent me a message this week saying, when I do an accurate colour match, I feel really washed out. And actually, if I show you my skin now, you know, I'm very fair here. I've got areas of redness here. Even though it's red and it's not like a golden bronze or, you know, a colour that would be a conventional foundation colour, we're used to having a lot of warmth there, and then if you completely knock that out and put exactly the right colour there, it can feel like a real shock because all of a sudden something that's really warm is now very fair. So personally, what I like to do to bridge that gap is go a bit warmer with my foundation and go for this more golden colour. Usually it's a lot easier to diffuse because I've got a bit of tan on. I haven't got tan on today, and I'm still going to show you that it won't be the end of the world. Now, absolutely, I'd say a lot of makeup artists would disagree with me on this one. And by all means, this is very unconventional advice. You know, I'm essentially saying I don't match my complexion. So it's not going to be a tip that's for everyone. And if it's not for you, absolutely fine. You know, I think we should all wear things that we feel good in. But I suppose the point of me rambling on is to say, if you've got redness and you're struggling to find the perfect colour match, it might be worth going a tiny bit warmer and seeing if that feels better. And Sandra, for you, if you're wondering why it doesn't look yellow on me, it is more golden on me, and it's because I usually have the tanning drops on that they're making it look less obvious that it's a contrast to my complexion. So hopefully you get the measure of me. Just to mention, while I'm on the CC cream, because I get lots of questions about colour matching the right shade for the CC cream, first and foremost, I would say, whichever kind of country you're in that has It Cosmetics, on their local website, you will be able to use the live chat function to get a proper colour match. And I'd really advise you do that because, you know, on an Instagram message, when someone sees your profile picture for a split second and you don't know what lighting it was taken in or any of that, it can be really difficult to get an accurate match. Whereas you can absolutely have a full consultation with someone that can go through a few questions with you and find exactly what's going to work for you. But also, just a quick one, It Cosmetics or otherwise, Cult Beauty have launched a brilliant new shade finder, and you basically follow a series of questions and then it will pull you up loads of brands and what your shade is likely to be. So I'd really recommend having a look at that one as well. But anyway, that's my CC cream on. I might just press a tiny bit more onto the complexion. And actually, while I'm just putting this on, slightly unrelated, but I've noticed recently quite a few people asking me about the Trini London products. Really like them. I know that they're designed to be used with the hands, but that little Bobbi Brown full coverage face brush, if you do prefer to use a brush That's the right size to get into those little pots. So I thought I would mention that because I was talking about that to somebody the other day. But okay, I'm going to crack on with the rest of my complexion. Okay, I'm just going to finish off with some powder, blush, bronzer. And as always, I'm using a really soft touch with this brush. So this is the Peaches and Cream PC03. And it's very, very soft. It's not densely packed. So it gives a really nice, just little tickle of powder. And it can be really good if you want to set everything into place, but you don't want to lift what you've just built. Now I'm going to go in with some of the Laura Mercier bronzer. And I'm just going to take this kind of through the cheekbones, along the hairline, down the nose, anywhere that the sun would naturally hit. And I'm going to take a little touch of the Laura Mercier blush in Watermelon. I know I've shown you this one before. It's a lovely, fresh, kind of peachy pink with a bit of iridescence in it. And it's quite nice because it gives your skin a glow, even if you don't necessarily want to wear a separate illuminator. I'm just going to put the tiniest bit down my nose as well. And I'm going to draw on a nice kind of semi-sharp brow. Sometimes if I'm going quite fresh with my makeup, I think a really polished brow can pull the whole look together. And then I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Star Aura palette. This is a really lovely kind of creamy golden palette, and the colours are similar enough that you can't really go wrong with your blending, but they're different enough that you get just the right amount of definition. So I'm going to build this on. I'm going to start with a MAC 217, and I'm going to go into this kind of pinky peach here. Now, making this video today, later on today, what I'm actually kind of getting ready for is to film a video about rosacea. So I wrote a feature that went out today in The Independent. I've put it on my page here so you can have a look. And essentially, I'm just filming a little IGTV video to go into a bit more detail of what the feature was about. And one of the things I've been thinking about this week, earlier this week, I was talking to a lovely girl, Shiva from Look Fantastic, and we were talking about confidence and feeling great coming out of lockdown. You're going to be seeing people for the first time again, like what would you do to feel the most confident? And honestly, when it comes to clothing and makeup, I really think that if you want to feel the most confident, you should wear your old, tried and tested favourites. I know that might sound counterintuitive, but like, say, I'm just going to go in with the kind of lighter shade, by the way. Say when you're wanting to feel really special, you might think, oh, I'm going to use that eyeshadow I've never used before, or I'm going to wear that colour I've never worn before, which is all well and good. But if you're self-conscious or you're not comfortable in it, you're not going to relax and you'll be fidgeting or checking the mirror, or if it's a top or something that you're not quite comfortable in, you'll be messing about with it. And there's nothing worse than not feeling comfortable. So I know it sounds a bit like maybe a boring suggestion, but I think if you've got makeup in your makeup bag that you've had for years that you know suits you really well, the colours that you know really suit you, the things that you know last all day and you don't have to worry about them, like my biggest tip would be, don't mess about with anything new. Go for your old, tried and tested faithfuls, so that then when you are, you know, at a little barbecue or whatever you're up to, you're not worrying about your makeup or your clothes because you know you're in something that you feel good in. And so we were thinking about that, and I was really enjoying this chat. And so today, when I was thinking about making this video and I want it to come across well, I'm absolutely delighted to be doing these bits and pieces with The Independent. Like, how lovely to be able to do that. So I want them to go well. I was thinking I need makeup on that I look smart and polished, but that it's not like, what's that bright lipstick you've got on, when actually I want everyone to focus on what I'm saying about the rosacea. Does that make sense? So essentially, this little makeup is like a clean, polished, not too fussy, not too distracting look that hopefully someone will think, okay, she looks quite smart and put together, I'll listen to what she has to say. So the very long way round, what I'm trying to say is, if you are kind of thinking, what am I going to wear or do or feel special in, just go for the old faithfuls. I don't think buying new stuff every single time has to be the answer. And yeah, I hope when you do get to a little garden or whatever it is you're doing, that you just feel really nice and you're too busy catching up with everyone to be worrying if your top's uncomfortable or your bright blue eyeshadow that you decided to give a go is running. Do you know what I mean? I definitely find as well, speaking of gardens, my eyes water when I'm outside. So something like this, what I've got on today, is really simple and perfect, because if that spilled or my eyes started watering or anything, you wouldn't actually be able to tell, because all of these colours are just kind of like merging into one and just giving me a bit of a polish. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, let's hope it all goes down well. Okay, I'm going to go in with loads of mascara, my superhero mascara. And actually, sorry, I should have said, for that reason, I just picked things today. You've probably seen them a million times. It's not necessarily anything new, but it's stuff that I know I'll feel comfortable in and I won't be distracted worrying, is my makeup looking okay? I'll just be able to get on with what I need to do. Okay, and then to finish off, I was thinking about this and thinking like, which lip would I feel best in? I think if I was only allowed one lip ever again, it'd be Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk lip liner and the It Cosmetics Je ne sais quoi balm. So that's what I'm going to go in with. I've actually already got the balm on, so I'm going to put my liner on and then top it up. And there we go, super simple. And also, just to say, I know a lot of us are still very much in the Zoom culture. A liner and a lip balm is one of my favourite combos for if you're on back-to-back Zooms, because when that kind of fades, it's not going to be really noticeable. You're not going to get it on your teeth. The sharpness of your liner isn't going to be impacted when you've had 6 cups of tea like I've probably already had this morning, but you still get your shape that stays, and you've got something nice and hydrating that isn't going to get everywhere. So liner and balm is definitely one of my top tips. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Out of interest, if you've watched the video this far, thank you for sticking with me the whole time. I'd love to hear, like, what are your fail-safe things that you just know you're going to feel good in, that you don't have to think about. I'd be really interested to hear them. But have a lovely day, and I'll chat to you again very soon. Take care.